Hello friends, welcome to this video series on arithmetic. In today's session, we'll see a special case of time and work pertaining to pipes and cisterns. So the concept here basically is same as what we have seen so far in the time and work. Here, in case of pipes and cisterns, so what typically happens ki there happens to be a tank, and in the tank some water would be flowing, right, from a pipe, right. So pipe, this is the, so this is a circular, this has a circular cross section, so this has some say radius is equal to r, radius is equal to r, right. So now, and say suppose the velocity of the flow, velocity is v meter per second velocity. So now what would be the flow, what would be the flow per second? So flow would nothing be, I mean, see, if we can break this will be a circular cross section. So in 1 second, basically, say suppose water was here. So in 1 second, it would have covered a distance of v meter, right? So this cross section is nothing but a cylinder of radius r and height is equal to v, right? So what is the volume? Volume is pi r square h in place of h we will say v. So if question is ki what is the volume which flows in 1 second, so volume which flows in 1 second is nothing but 5 r square v. So 5 r square v meter cube per second is the flow of volume, right. This is basically the amount of water which is going into the tank per second. So total work, we can say total work will be what? Flow times duration for which that water is flowing. So here we can say pi r square v into t, right. So this is the total work, and this is nothing but the volume which is being filled. I mean, this, if this pipe operates for t minutes with a flow of pi r square v per second, so what is the total volume which will be filled up here? That is nothing but pi r square v into t. So this is the total work, right, total work. So that is a very basic of uh, work which is there in terms of cisterns or pipes and tanks. So basis this, now what can we see here? We have seen that work is nothing but pi r square v into t. So can we say that work is proportional to r square and work is proportional to time? Work means total volume of the volume, uh, or the total liquid filled up in the tank. And further we can say that velocity is inversely proportional to time if the work is constant, and then further area r square is inversely proportional to time. These are the four relations we can deduce from this equation. Assuming ki other variables are constant, we can say work is proportional to r square, that is area. Work is proportional to time for which the pipe is running. I mean, more is the volume to be filled up, more duration the pipe is required to be kept on. Then volume also is, sorry, this is the velocity. Velocity is inversely proportional to time, and the area of the cross section of pipe is inversely proportional to the time, right. This we can deduce from this derivation. So these are the very basic level concepts on pipes and systems. Now we'll see various illustrations. Through that we will try to understand the concept further. So let us see here. Question 1 says, an apartment has two inlet pipes, red line and blue line. Red line can fill the overhead tank in 10 minutes, whereas blue line can fill in 20 minutes, right? However, there is an outlet pipe, so red, blue, and outlet pipe yellow line fit at the bottom of the tank, which can empty a filled tank in 40 minutes, right? So here it is given that 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and yellow line does a negative work 40 minutes. So what will be the rate or efficiency? Efficiency will be total work upon the time taken. Total work is what? Total work is LCM of 10, 20 and 40. That is nothing but 40 only. So this will be red line efficiency will be 40 by 10, which is 4, then 40 by 20, which is 20, and this is 40 by 40, which is minus 1, because yellow line is a outlet pipe, so it does a negative work. So this is the efficiency, right? So if tank is initially empty, how much time the pipe takes to fill the tank working together? So the total efficiency becomes 4 plus 2, 6 minus 1 is 5 unit per, say it is minute. So per minute, right? And total work is 40 units. So time required to fill the tank is 40 by 5, which is 8 units, right? How this 4 and 1 came? This is 40 by 10, this is 40 by 20, and this is 40 by minus 40, right? So very basic, this we have seen. Just for a concept I have taken this illustration here. Now two pipes A and B, which can fill a tank in 20 and 30 hours respectively, were opened simultaneously. However, there was a leak at the bottom of the tank and it took 3 hours more to fill the tank. Find the time in which the leak can empty the tank. So here it is A, B and C. It takes 20 hours, 30 hours, and this we do not know. Then further, I mean, this is the total work is LCM of 20, 30, that is 60. So this we can assume to be 60, 60 and 60 LCM. So efficiency or flow, whatever we can say, that is 60 upon 20 is 3 units per hour. Here it is 60 by 30 is 2 units per hour, right? And it is given that, now see, if only A and B were operating, the inlet pipes were operating, so to finish a work of 60 units at a rate of 3 plus 2, 5 unit per hour, it would have taken 60 by 5, which is 12 hours to finish, right? 12 hours to finish. So from these two, if 12 hours to fill the tank, right? However, it takes 15 hours, right? 15 hours. So 3 hours extra. So in total it takes 15 hours. So therefore I can say it is nothing but 60 by 15 is equal to 4. Then only, because the working rate becomes, if all the three pipes work together, A, B, C, it is taking 12 plus 3, 15 hours. So it means all the three combined efficiency or the flow is 4 units per hour. So that is 3 plus 2, here it will be minus 1, right? Minus 1. So find the time in which Nick can empty the tank. So Nick can empty the tank at a rate of 1 unit per hour, 60 unit work to be done. So time required is nothing but 60 hours, right? This is the answer. Now let us move to question number 3. It says that A and B are filling pipes which can fill a tank in 15 and 20 minutes respectively. C is an emptying pipe which can empty the full tank in 30 minutes. The three pipes are operated continuously one after the other in the order of A, B, C, each inlet pipe being kept open for 1 minute and outlet pipe for 2 minutes until the tank is filled. After how much time will the tank be full? So let us see. Here it is given that A, B, C, it takes 15 minutes, it takes 20 minutes, and C is an emptying tank which takes 30 minutes. Let it be minus 30. LCM is 60 unit of work, so this becomes 4 unit, this becomes 3, and this becomes minus 2, right? Unit per minute, per minute, unit per minute. Now the three pipes are operated continuously one after the other in the order A, B, C. So how does it happen? See, first A and B are kept open for 1 minute. So in first minute A would be open, second minute B would be open, then third and fourth minute C would be open, right? Because outlet pipe is kept open for 2 minutes. Then in the fifth minute again A would be open, sixth minute B would be open, seventh minute C, eighth minute C, and this is the pattern, right? So what is the unit of work done? Unit of work, A would have done 4 units on first minute. In the second minute B would have done 3 units. The third and fourth minute C would have done minus 2 minus 2, then again 4 3 minus 2 minus 2. So in a set of 4 minutes we can say that in a set of 4 minutes the total unit of work is 4 plus 3 7 minus 4, which is 3 units. Right. So we can say here that in 3 unit is done in 4 minutes. So total number of unit is 60 units. Total number of unit is 60 unit. So 60 unit it would be completed in 80 minute. But we know कि whenever we club the work done by different persons or the pipes with a one being with a negative work, then this is not an answer. 80 minute is not an answer. However, this will give us an approximate range where we should start checking. So now let us see. The way we have done in the previous session, similarly we do it. Here we will do the analysis. So time, this is volume at start, operation during the minute, and volume at end of minute, right? So what does this mean? Now 80th minute, at the end of 80th minute we know the volume is 60 unit, right? The or the work done is 60 unit, whatever, 60 units. And what is the activity during the 80th minute? 80th minute, every multiple of 3, sorry, every multiple of 4, 4 8 and all has a operation of -2. So this is nothing but -2 here. Operation during the 80th minute is -2. So basically the volume at the start, or the work at the start, would have been 62, then only -2 would have resulted in the volume at the end of 80th minute as 60. Now what would be the volume at the end of 79th minute? Same as the start of the 80th minute, which is 62, and 79th minute also it is -2, so it would have been 64 here at the start. Now 78th minute, the end volume would have been 64. The operation here is +3, so it would have been 61 at the start. Then 77, start would have been 61, operation would have been +4, this would have been 57. Then 76th, it would have been 57, then -4, sorry, -2, so it is 59. Then 75th minute, again it would have at 59, then -2 operation, it would have given, it would have been 61, then only 61 -2 would have given 59. Then at during 74th minute, the end of the volume would be 61. The operation during this minute 74th minute is +3 unit, so start would have been 60, sorry, start would have been 58, right? Now similarly, if I check for here, say 73rd minute, so start would have been sorry, end would have been at 58, the operation during this is +4, so this would have been at 54. Similarly, at the end of 72nd, during 72nd minute, here end is 54, -2, here 56, 56 -2, 58. So now we can 70. So we can say from this, when is the first time the 60th unit of work was completed, right? 60th unit of work was completed. So that is in 74th minute. So that is in 74th minute. 74th minute, for the first time 60 unit of work was completed. So after how much time will the tank be full? So here we will write right. So time taken for the tank to be full. I mean, this is a very tough illustration which I have taken. Actually, usually the illustration which comes on this pattern are very simpler to analyze, and we need not check with so many cases. Here I have checked, I mean, I have taken deliberately a difficult one so that the concept and the working gets familiar with. So now the total time taken for the would be what? In 74th minute, 74th minute, at the end of 73rd minute, the work done was 58 units. So it would be 73 plus, now only 2 unit work is to be done, and the rate of doing work is 3. So it will be nothing but 2 by 3 minutes, right? But here it is 3 unit per minute. So to do 2 units, it takes 2 by 3 minutes. So this is nothing but 73.67 minutes is the answer to this question, right? So this was a, I mean, very a good question, and the way we approach the question, this we have seen here. So hope this was clear enough. Now moving to question number 4. Question 4 says that two pipes A and B can normally fill a cylinder tank in 8 hours and 12 hours, but an outlet pipe C, situated at 1/4 of the tank height from the base, can empty the tank in 6 hours. Find the time taken to fill the tank if all the 3 pipes are opened simultaneously. Let us see here. Question says there is a leak situated at 1/4 of the tank's height from the base. So basically here somewhere there is a outlet pipe. which is at a distance of 1 by 4 of H volume. Now, right, so whatever the volume of water below this level, there this drain would not work, because water will start draining out only if the water level surpasses this 1 by 4th height, right? So water below this 1 by 4 height, below this outlet tab, this water will not be drained out. So first let us, and when inlet pipes are working, A and B, when inlet pipes are working, so first the water, I mean, and tank was empty, so water will start accumulating here, right? Till- So uh, time taken, no, so first let us, it is given that A can normally fill in 8 hours, B in 12 hours. So what is, and this can empty in 6 hours. So C say minus 6. LCM of 8, 12 and 6 is what? 24. 24. So what will be the rate here? 3, 2 and minus 4, right? So rate is 3, 2 and minus 4. Now what is the total work? Total work is 24 units, or total volume is 24 units. So that is, and 1 by 4th volume, that means time taken by A and B to fill bottom 1 by 4, that is 6 unit. Total work is 24 unit, so 1 by 4 would be 6 unit, and they are working at a rate of 3 to 5 units per hour, 4 units per hour. So to complete 6 units, they take 6 by 5 hours, right? 6 by 5 hours. Now what? So remaining work is what? 24 minus 6 is 18 units, and remaining work now, in that case, the outlet pipe would be operational, that would be effective. So what is the effective rate of doing work? 3 plus 2 5 minus 4 is 1 unit per remaining work, and at the rate of 1 unit per hour. So time taken would be 18 by 1 is equal to 18 hours. So total time taken for 3 by 4th position, this is 18 hours, and for the bottom 1 by 4, this is 6 by 5 hours. So this becomes 19.2 hours. This is the answer to this question. Only thing which we should be careful about, that when the water is being filled in the bottom 1 by 4 position, since the outlet pipe is situated at a height of 1 by 4 from the bottom, so in this position, this outlet would not be effective. Only when the water level rises above this, then only outlet pipe will become operational, right? Next, move to question number 5. Here it says that A, B and C are 3 taps connected to a tank. Time taken by C to fill the tank is 9 by 2 times the time taken by A and B to fill it. Similarly, the time taken by A to fill it is 5 by 6 times the time taken by B and C to fill it. And if A, B and C take 20 by 11 hours to fill it, find the time taken by B to fill the tank. So let the individual times be 1 by, can we say 1 by A plus 1 by B plus 1 by C. Here let A, B and C take A, comma B, comma C hours to fill the tank. This we have assumed. So we can say that 1 by A plus 1 by B plus 1 by C is nothing but A, B and C take 20 by 11 hours. So that means it is 11 by 20. Right. This we can say. Find the time taken by B to fill it. So this equation is there. Now further it is given that time taken by C to fill the tank is 9 by 2 times. So basically uh, time taken by A and B. So what is the working rate of A? That is 1 by A unit per hour and 1 by B unit per hour. They will work at this rate per hour. So this must be 9 by 2 times 9 by 2 times the working rate of C, which is 9 by 2C. Then only this equation would have come. Now see, if I add 1 by C to both sides, add 1 by C to both sides, I will get here 11 by 2C is equal to 1 by A plus 1 by B plus 1 by C, which is 11 by 20. So from here I can see C is nothing but 10, right? C is 10 hours. Similarly, another thing, the time taken by A to fill the tank is 5 by 6 times the time taken by B and C. So what is the working rate of B? 1 by B unit per hour and C is 1 by C unit per hour. So this is the total work they do in 1 hour, and this is nothing but 5 by 6 times 5 by 6 times the working rate of A, right? Means A is working faster than B and C combined. So here again we will add 1 by A to both sides. So it becomes 11 by 6A is equal to nothing but 11 by 20. So from here we can say A is equal to 20 by 6, which is 10 by 3. And similarly we can say, for if A we have found, C we have found, so we can get 1 by B is equal to 11 by 20 minus 3 by 10 minus 1 by 10, which is 20. 11 minus 6 minus 2, which is 3 by 20. So therefore B is equal to 20 by 3 hours, right? So we have to find for B. So this is the answer to this question, right? Very simple. Now moving to question number 6. There are T taps numbered 1, 2 and so on till T. Each of them can fill a cistern. The rate of filling of the nth tap is such that it is equal to twice that of all the taps from 1 to n minus 1 put together. If 16th tap can fill the empty cistern in 18 minutes, then find the time in which 12th tap alone can fill the empty cistern. So this is like first tap, second tap, third tap, fourth tap, fifth tap, so on, T number of tap, right? Now it is said that the rate of filling of nth tap is such that it is equal to twice that of the all the taps from 1 to n minus 1. So let the first tap, the uh, flow rate or efficiency be x units per hour, right? So 2x will be what? Sorry, for second pipe it will be 2x, double the previous one. For third pipe, it will be double the summation of previous one. So for third pipe, it will be summation will be 2x plus x is 3x, double of 3x is 6x. Similarly, here it will be 6 plus 2 8 plus 1 9, 9 2 ja 18x. For fifth, it is similarly 54x, right? So this way we have to find the generic term here. How to find the generic term for tth term or the nth term? Here in between somewhere it will be nth term. So see, that is sort of a question of a progression, or one way we can see here. I mean, by visual, next would be what? I mean, we can see 6 3 ja 18, 3 ja 54, then it becomes 162x and so on. So this is the pattern we are seeing. Can we check one thing, that see, this is, if I take, this is 2 into 3, this is 2 into 9, this is 2 into 27, this is 2 into 81. So it is all in the form of 2 into 3 raised to power something. So here it is 2 into 3 raised to power 2 into 3 raised to power 4x. This is nothing but 2 into 3 raised to power 3x. This is 2 into 3 raised to power 2x. This is 2 into 3 raised to power 1x. And these are some independent x and 2x. X and 2x. So same way we can write here. This is nothing but for nth term we can write 2 into 3 raised to power n minus 2 into x. Right? This we can write. This is the generic term. If this does not click, then we can also derive the same, that we will also see in the progression series, but let us see how does it happen. So summation of all this would be what? X. I mean, let us ignore x because x is common in all. Let us deal in the numbers only. So it will be like 1 plus 2 plus 6 plus 18 plus 54. Then nth term. So sum of n terms is this. This we can also write as 1. I will shift just 1 to the right side. 1 plus 2 plus 6 plus 18, so on. Here just below will come n minus 1 term plus tn term. Now I subtract the second equation from first. So this becomes 0. 0 is equal to 1 plus 2 minus 1 is 1. 6 minus 2 is 4. 18 minus 6 is 12. 54 minus 18 is 36. Here if we had seen, it would be 108, so on. Tn minus 1, and then this minus tn would come, right? So this minus tn we can bring it this side in place of 0. This becomes 1 plus 1 plus 4 plus 12 plus 36 plus 108 plus so on, right? Now see how many terms are here. Since we had expanded this, so now this is nth n terms total, out of which from here this is a geometric progression 4 12 with a common factor, a common multiple of 3. So that summation we know is nothing but 2 plus, here first term 4 into r is 3 raised to power n minus 2, because this is n minus 2 terms, these two terms are separate, minus 1 upon 3 minus 1. So 3 minus 1 is 2, will cancel this 2 times. So Tn becomes 2 plus 2 into 3 raised to power n minus 2 minus 2. So this also cancels out. So what remains is 2 into 3 raised to power n minus 2. That is what we had observed also visually. So now if this is what is given, so now let us see what is given to us. We have been given that 16th tap, so that is n is equal to 16. n is equal to 16. What is the 16th term? That is nothing but 2 into 3 raised to power 14, right? And that 16th tap can fill in 18 minutes. And see, what we have found out is a rate. So higher the efficiency, lower will be the time taken. Efficiency is inversely proportional to time. So we can say that T16 by, we have to find for T12th, how much time will 12th tap take. T12, the time would be inversely proportional. So T16 is taking 18 minutes. So let it take some uh, y minutes, right? Further, T16 we can write as 2 into 3 raised to power 2 into 3 raised to power 14x upon T12. T12 we can write as n is equal to 12, we will substitute. This will be 3 raised to power 10x. This is nothing but y by 18 minutes. So from here we can solve y is equal to nothing but 18 into 3 raised to power 4, right? So this becomes the time. So this is nothing but 18 into 81. So that becomes 1458 minutes, right? So here I have written unit per hour or per minute. I mean anything. Let me remove this and write per minute. So this is the answer to this question, right? So basically what we had to do, we had first initially we got a progression or a series in terms of efficiency, right? The rate of filling, rate we had got. So that series we could find the nth term. Nth term is generic this 2 into 3 raised to power n minus 2. And further we use the concept that if the higher the flow rate, higher the filling rate, lower will be the time taken. So time is inversely proportional. So that we made use of T16 by T12 will be nothing but y by 18, right? So and T16 we can write as 2 into 3 raised to power 14x. T12 we can write as 2 into 3 raised to power 10x. So everything cancels out. Y is equal to nothing but 18 into 3 raised to power 4, which is 1458 minutes. So 12th tap can fill the cistern, empty cistern in 1458 minutes. So that is the answer to this question. Now let us move to next question. A rectangular tank has a dimension of 5 into 3 into 2 meter. So from here we can say volume, which is the work, right, is 30 meter cube. 3 inlet pipes PQR which have filling rate of 2. So it is given that PQR, their filling rate is given, rate or efficiency, which is 2, 3 and 5. Now at 9 a.m. when the tank was empty, P was started, opened, Q was opened half an hour later, and R was opened 1.5 hours later. Find the time at which tank would be full. So time, let us say duration of work. P suppose works for T hours, then Q will work for T minus zero point 0.5 and R will work for T minus 1.5 because Q opens half an hour later and R opens 1.5 hour later. So this is the one. So work done individually, or rather work done by each is 2T, then 3, and then here it is 5T minus 1.5, right? So this is total work. summation will be what? 2t plus 3t plus 5t is 10t minus 3 into 1.5 is 1.5, and this is 7.5. So this becomes 7.5 and 1.5 is 9, and this is equal to what? Total work, which is 30, right? 30. So this is here in meter cube per hour, meter cube per hour. So this becomes, this will be in meter cube per hour into time is in hour, so that becomes meter cube, right? So units are same now. So from here we can say t is equal to nothing but 30 plus 9 upon 10, which is 3.9 hours, right? So the time at which tank would be full, so time would be what? Time would be 9 plus 3.9 hours, so that is 3 hours 54 minutes, so which is 12:54 p.m., right? This is the answer to this question. Moving to question number 8. N taps numbered from 1 to n are fitted to a tank. The rate at which the nth tap can fill the tank equals the sum of the rates of all the taps numbered below it, same as what we had done in the previous problem. So here it is given that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, n, right? So first tap, let us assume it fills at x. Then second, the rate, this rate here, right? So this will be the same sum of the previous, so it is x only. Then 3, for 3 it will be sum of the previous 2, so 2x. For fourth tap it will be sum of the previous 3, so 2 plus 1 plus 1, which is 4x. For 5 it will be 8x, right? For 6 it will be 16x. So that way. Now we have to find for nth. Can we see any pattern here? See, for it is in the form of, if we see, here it is 2, right? Here it is 2 square, here it is 2 cube, here it is 2 4. So is it not in the form of 2 raised to power 6 minus 2x? Here it is 2 raised to power 5 minus 2x. Here it is 2 raised to power 4 minus 2x. So this is in the form of, so here I can write 2 raised to power n minus 2x. This is the generic one. This we can write, or we can solve that using the method which I just discussed some time back. So sum of all the terms would be x. Let us ignore x. Let's write in terms of 1, 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16, so on till tn. I have, I mean, since x is common to all the terms, I have taken that out. Also, we can write x as shifting all the terms 1 to the right. So it will become 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8. Right. Now we will subtract. So here, so same way I can write s minus s is 0, and this tn minus tn will come this side and become plus tn. So it is 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8, so on tn minus 1, right? So this is again n minus 2 terms, and again a GP series with a common difference of common ratio of 2. So it will be 1 plus 1 into 2 raised to power n minus 2 minus 1 upon 2 minus 1 is 1. So this further we can write as 2 raised to power n minus 2, right? So this is what we had also deduced by the simple visualization. Now let us see. So this has come. So now see, this is the rate, and we know that time is inversely proportional to rate. So t10, I mean the rate of the 10th tab upon rate of the, we have to find for 7th tab, will be the time taken by the 7th tab, let it be y, upon time taken by the 10th tab, which is 5 minutes. Now t10 we can write as 2 raised to power 8, upon t7 we can write as 2 raised to power 5x. This is equal to y by 5. So from here we can say that y is equal to nothing but 5 into 8. X will get cancelled, so this is 40 minutes. This is the answer to this question. Now moving to question number 9. If 3 taps PQR can fill a tank in 18, 24 and 36 hours respectively, P is opened first, following which Q is opened after time Y and R is opened after 2Y measured from the time P was opened. So if the time taken for the tank to fill up is 3.5 hours more than the time it would have taken had PQR been opened simultaneously, then find the value of Y. So same way we can write here uh, P, Q and R, they are 18 hours, this is 24 hours and this is 36 hours. So work would be what? LCM of 18, 24 and 36, which is 72 units. Okay, this is assumed. So now a rate would be what? Working rate will be 72 by 18, which is 4 unit per hour. This is 3 unit per hour. This is 2 units per hour. Now the time P is opened first, following which Q is opened after time Y and R is opened after time Ty. So let us and this is given that if the time taken for the tank to fill up is 3.5 hours in the manner in which it has been given, the pattern, more than the time it would have taken had PQR been opened simultaneously. So now what is the time taken? Time taken if all opened simultaneously is what? The total here is 437 to 9, right? This is 9. So time taken is 72 by 9, which is 8 hours. 8 hours, and here it is given that it is here time being taken is 8 plus 3.5, which is 11.5 hours, which is 11.5 hours. So basically it means that P is opened first, following which Q is opened after time Y hours and R is opened after 2Y measured from the time P was opened. This means that P was opened all through the duration. So P was opened, time P was opened for what? 8 plus 3.5, which is 11.5 hours. Q was opened after time Y, so means Q was opened for Y hours less, and R is opened after 2Y, so R was opened for 2Y hours less, right? So work done by each. This is nothing but 11.5 into 4. This is 3 into 11.5 minus Y, and this is 2 into 11.5 minus 2Y. this summation will be equal to same 72 what we have total work assumed, and this is equal to 11 4 ja 44 plus 2 6 46. Here it is 33 34.5 y minus 3y, sorry, 34.5 minus 3y plus this is 23 minus 4y. So from here we can say that 7y is equal to 72 minus 46 minus 34.5 minus 20, rather this is negative of this. So what is this value? Let us calculate. 72.5 46 plus 34.5 plus 23 minus 72 is equal to 63 by 2. So 7y is equal to 63 by 2. So this becomes y is equal to 9 by 2. 9 by 2. So find the value of y. Y is equal to 9 by 2 is the answer to this question. So by this LCM approach, now this is very fantastic and quite easy to comprehend also, and highly time efficient. Now let's move to question 10. This is a good question. In what time would a cistern be filled by 3 pipes whose diameters are 1 centimeter, 4 by 3 centimeter and 2 centimeter running together, when the largest unknown will fill it in 61 minutes? The amount of water flowing in by each pipe being proportional to the square of its diameter. I mean, this is needless to say, because this we have seen that work done by a pipe is what? Pi r1 square into velocity of the flow into time, right? This is the work done. So time here, time can be written as work upon pi r1 square into velocity of the flow, right? So we can see that time is inversely proportional to the radius square, or we can say time is inversely proportional to area of the cross section of the pipe, because area is pi r square. So time is inversely proportional to the area. From here also we can see T is equal to W upon pi r square into V. So means time is inversely proportional to area. So now let us see. We have 3 pipes whose diameters are, so diameters, the ratio is 1 is to 4 by 3 is to 2, which is nothing but 3 is to 4 is to 6, right? 3 is to 4 is to 6. So the ratio of area will be 9 is to 16 is to 36, right? Or pipe X, Y, Z, right? Pipe X, Y and Z. So here area of Z by into time taken by Z will be same as area of Y into time taken by Y, right? This we can write. So area of Z is given as 36 and time is given as 61, Z for Z, right? Largest one 61. So here we area of Y is given as 16. So time taken by Y will be what? Time taken by Y will be 36 into 61 upon 16, 4 4 ja, 4 9 ja. So this is 9 into 61 by 4. Similarly, we can say that AZ into TZ is equal to AX into TX. AZ is 36, TZ is 61. AX we know is 9 units. So TX we have to find. So TX is nothing but 61 into 4, right? So now we know all the T, X, Y and Z for all the three pipes. So time taken by three pipes working together is what? 1 by 61 plus 1 by 61 into 4 plus 4 by 9 into 61. So LCM would be 36 into 61. So here it will be 36 plus 9 plus 4. This is 4 into 4, which is 16. So this becomes 61 by 36 into 61. So time taken would be what? Reverse of that. So that is nothing but 61 will get cancelled here. So time taken would be 36 minutes. This is the answer. Right. So simple only. Only thing we had to know and that we had seen in the opening slide itself, the area is inversely proportional to time. And here diameters were given, so area will be nothing but just the ratio of area will be square of the diameters or square of the radius. And if area we know the ratio, then we can use the property that time is inversely proportional to area. So Az into Tz is equal to Ay into Ty. So that way we can use and get to the answer. Now last question we will see. Here it says that a tank can be filled in by an inlet pipe of circular cross section in 10 minutes. Another tank twice as big as. So it can be filled in by 3 inlet pipe whose diameters are in ratio 1 is to 2 is to 3. If the smallest pipe among these is the 4 times as much in cross sectional area as the pipe of the first tank, find the time taken to fill the second tank. Here it is given that speed of water flowing into the second tank is half of the speed of the water in the first tank. So we know that in the first tank, what is the work? Work is nothing but volume. That is pi r1 square. R1 is, we do not know, that would be r1 square into velocity, that would be v1 into time. What time? That is 10 minutes, right? 10 minutes. And in tank 2, there are 3 pipes in the diameters or radiuses in the ratio 1 is to 2 is to 3. So here volume 2 or W2 is pi into, it would be R0 here. So here if it is radiuses would be R1 square plus 2R1 square, which is 4R1 square, plus 3R1 ka whole square, which is 9R1 square, into, let it be, the flow is V2 and let the time be T2. And we know that W2 is equal to 4 times W1. So this we can equate here, that And one more information has been given, that if the smallest pipe among these four, that is one pipe here R0 and then R1, R2, R3, the smallest pipe is four times as much in cross section. When we say cross section, means cross sectional area, as the pipe of the first tank. So smallest tank between 1, 2, 3. So that is this smallest tank is R1 size. So pi R1 square is nothing but, that is pi R1 square is nothing but 4 times pi R0 square. This is given. So here we can say R1 is equal to 2 times R0. So this relation we will make use. Now getting back to the original equation, work 1 W1. So W1 and W2. So W2 is twice W1, another tank twice as big. So this is 2W1, 2W1. So this we can write as W2, we can write as pi into 9 plus 4, 13, 114 R1 square into V2 into T2 is equal to W1 is pi into R0 square into V1 into 10. Now it is given that speed of water flowing into the second tank, that is V2, is half the speed of water flowing into A. So now that we will substitute here. So pi, here R1 is 2 R0. So this we will substitute and write 4 R0 square into V2 is V1 by 2. So let it be V2 only, and T2, this is equal to pi R0 square into V1 is equal to 2 V2 into 10. V2 will get cancelled into V2. R0 will get cancelled here. So what remains, basically pi will get cancelled. So T2 is nothing but, T2 is nothing but 2 into 10 by 14 into 4. So this is 5 by 14 minutes. So here what we have assumed, ki smallest pipe among these is 4 times as much in cross sectional area, right? Cross sectional area. Had it been 4 times as much in terms of radius, then it would have been a different 4R0, right? So this, with this now we got the answer that time taken by to fill the second tank is nothing but 5 by 14 minutes. And this is the answer to this question. So broadly, this is the way we solve the questions which are based on pipes and cistern. And in most of the cases, the approach which we use is the LCM driven approach, where we assume the total work as the LCM of the time taken by the individual pipes to complete that work. So that way we can solve and get the answer. Hope this was useful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next session.